The world is more connected than ever, so why do people feel so lonely? A 2023 report from the US Surgeon General found that approximately 50% of adults in the country are feeling lonely, and that people of all ages are spending significantly less time with others.
We're choosing to be lonely. We're choosing to isolate.
Where does this loneliness stem from, and in what ways is our culture perpetuating these challenges? Brut journalist Rachel Paul spoke to Wendie Briggs, an associate marriage and family therapist, as well as Gillian Morris, co-author of Supernuclear, a blog about living with and near friends.
Hi, I'm Wendie Briggs. I'm an associate marriage and family therapist and professional clinical counselor.
Wendie defines loneliness as the experience of disconnection.
So it's more of a emotional isolation, not just the absence of people.
Loneliness has always been a part of the human experience, but the world we've built has changed the way it shows up in our lives.
There used to be a time where you had to go to a record store and buy a record if you wanted to listen to something. And now you can literally listen to anything you want, anytime you want. And so it's become easier to get what you want in theory, but I do think we've lost sight of what actually makes us happy.
We've built a new way of living, and with it, human connection has begun to slip away.
Technology is another layer of this in modern life. It's really thinned out our social fabric and our support network for emotional well-being.
We're choosing to be lonely. We're choosing to isolate.
However, isolation isn't the end-all be-all, and we have the ability to design lives that prioritize human connection too.
Maybe it is a little uncomfortable to put yourself out there, to expose yourself to others potentially being around, but it might be a lot healthier for us.
For most of human history, our identity was pretty inseparable from community, from land, from ancestry. So I think more connected culture would move us closer to being physically and emotionally embedded in a real reciprocal community. From a very practical standpoint, what that looks like is focusing on analog experiences. So host a regular shared meal, a consistent group of friends. This could also look like a book club or a run club.
One of the biggest challenges of planning social activities is the sheer energy it takes to coordinate, especially for those who lean more introverted, or in a world where so much of our attention is already stretched thin. That's why Gillian Morris envisions a future where friends live together. By building co-living communities, she believes we can make connection more effortless and natural, weaving it into daily life rather than treating it as another task on our to-do list.
I do consider myself an introvert. I really like my alone space and my alone time as well, but I get that in my bedroom. And I like that I can also exit my bedroom and not have to plan things. Part of the burden of social stuff for an introvert is having to make all this effort. But when it's just sort of a spontaneous run-in to people that I'm very comfortable with, who are vetted, my housemates, then that's just great. And I think it's healthier for me.
Do you think today's society perpetuates loneliness? What rituals or practices help you feel more connected in your daily life? Let us know in the comments.